Hello! I'm probably Mothman. I think. And you're you, I hope. This is Valheim again. Wait, no, I've not clicked back onto actually playing Valheim. There we go. There we go. Sorry, almost did the thing where I record a podcast again. Caught myself this time. So the plan this time is going to be to stay here until a raid happens, and then as soon as a raid happens, run over to Hunter's Hill so that I can box in the boars. Last time when we were running around getting the shape of the landmass, I think it was like right about here, we found a 1-star boar again. I immediately wanted to get them somewhere safe, so we ran them up to Hunter's Hill. They are currently just in a little, like, fenced-in enclosure, and the first time, like, a Draugr or a troll comes up, they are absolutely just going to one-shot them again. So, I'm going to wait for them to attack me here, where I have indestructible walls of terrain, and then in that glorious little save period, toddle off to go protect the boars. Were it possible to trigger raids like out and about, which would be really terrifying, I'd run around and like try to fill out space here, but since unfortunately raids will not trigger while you're away from like crafting tables and stuff, can't really do much. Nothing seems to be happening back here with the Brothers Freakbert, so we're going to leave them be. To pass the time, though, we are going to try and slightly improve the lamp here, which is perhaps somewhat counterintuitively requiring me to destroy it. Okay, that's just a space thing. It's occurring to me that I didn't want to use this space for storage, and in a weird little way I kinda am. I mean, not a weird little way, I am. It's just, my hope is to slowly clear these out. But some of this stuff I may as well take to whatever I build in the swamp. There's a thought. I could maybe try to go to the swamp and trigger a raid that way. Things to ponder, I suppose. Straightforward. Okay, I know there's got to be a way to orient these so that they don't have that on the outside. I can't tell if I'm being righteously stupid or if this is not quite working. But we're gonna try it with the 1x1s and just see if that looks copacetic. You know, actually, I don't hate it. I thought I was going to want the stone slabs because they're smoother. Not so. Okay, there we go. That's the snap point we want. Okay. Alright, that'll work. We can do whatever we want underneath. Okay, that might be folly, but... I really thought I was just using those bits of wood for marking out the spaces, but now that they're there with the rock, I kind of like them. So I think those are going to stay. This core wood doesn't need to, though. So I think we've got this pretty well marked out. The question just becomes... is that big enough? No, it's not. It's not quite not big enough, though. Okay. Well, I mean, we got the whole thing sorted before off of this. Okay, I'll bet you we can just add a little rock off the front there. Those are actually all kept at the same angle, I think. It's a little hard to tell. That one already existed. That's straight up and down, that's straight up and down, that's straight up and down. I mean, they're all straight up and they're all straight up and down, but I mean, I didn't rotate it. Let's see, those are all rotated by one. I don't think I was actually doing anything in particular with that. Pardon. There's a tiny burp. I don't know if it came through the mic. Hopefully not. But if it did, excuse me. The lights are on, but I still can't tell what I did. I'd actually pay to have that one. That one flat on this one maybe. Ding dong. Nah. I think that's even. Think that is even. Right. Down, aren't I? I'm gonna take off the ring first because I'm willing to bet that it will get a lot easier to put that down if I'm not fighting with that. And that's... Okay, it could stand to go like just a tiny bit further forward. Let's... I don't know that this looks any particular way as it's lit up, but I am going to try and... put that there. I just had to check my phone for a second. That was just my partner trying to get a hold of me. Alright. Oh, what was I doing? I was getting us all sorted. Is this even? Sort of. The big log hanging off could be better. Let me make life easier. That at least looks like most of the logs are on, by and large. I could probably tweak it a few different ways. I think I should just call that good enough. Okay, there are crafting tables. I do appreciate that you can layer most anything over each other. Like, sometimes you have to kind of, like, respect the order that you do it in, but... It's... Oh, son of a... Alright, well... Trying to break that. How did we have it? Something like that. Right, that's hanging off a fair bit. Where do we have this? That, maybe? Admittedly, I need to accept that the shape I have created may not be the best for a bonfire. But... I think that'll do. Alright, with slightly more care this time. Okay. Ah, beautiful. Okay, this is what we were waiting for. How many arrows do we have? Enough. Bastards, you are. Love it if you didn't break my porch. Is the smell gone? Truly. There we go. Alright, now that I know we have, like, at least a little bit of safety from raids, I'm going to just throw all of the crud in my inventory down and run over to Hunter's Hill real quick. I will take the stone with me, but I think everything else can really pretty happily get crammed somewhere else. I'll take the cash in case I need to bribe the boars, I guess. I don't know. There is no portal to Hunter's Hill, we just have to get there the old-fashioned way. I realize I should probably check on the brothers Freakbert when I get back. I think normally I would be tempted to take kind of a more leisurely route through the, through everything, but I also think that sometimes haste is not a bad thing. Alright. We ran this here so that we would have enough stone to do basically this. They are taming. I don't really mind that they are not yet tame. This is probably going to scare the heck out of them. I know it would scare the heck out of me. But that's okay, because they will adapt. it's just the bones of the earth rejecting my mortal creations. That's fine, that's fine. We planned for that. We planned for that. We'll see what we can do here. This side might be a little further over. No! Son of a... Attack me. Attack me, you little vagrants. Where is the one-star boar? There is the one-star boar. Please keep trying to kick my ass. Let me use your anger to trap you. Right here. I'm right here. You know you want to kick my ass. Alright, cool. We are now going to try and do this faster than the boars can climb. I did not realize these were mountain boars. Apparently a thing I had to worry about. Son of a grundle. Okay, I am a fool. Clearly. I am... Alright, come on. Once more into the boar pit. I will... Okay, we are going to do this. We are going to do this with a multi-tiered approach. Fantastic. Lovely. Welcome to the circus. Glad to have you. Haha! Got another clown. Alright, Alright, I'm going to sleep. I am going to get a... Why are there enemies? Oh, because the boars aren't tamed. Alright. Alright, cool. Guess we're working through the night. Awesome. Get that. Yep, that would be too much to carry. Is that enough? Yes, that's fine. Excellent. Okay, cool. I'm going to try and make better choices, I guess. And the first choice is that. Okay. Take it from the top. That is far, 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 far too high. That's what that's for. I swear I just heard like a buzzing for a moment as though a death skeeto were here. Or is that where my other boars are? I see one of them taming in the distance. Sorry, I think I have an idea. I was going to not make one of these, but There will be a boar tower after all, I think. Alright, I have mushrooms. I am going to let you two vibe with each other while you do some shrooms. When I come back in the morning, I expect friendship. Can I sneak until they lose track of me? Yes, I can. Okay. Righteous. Oh, I hate that noise. Why are you in my house? We have 21 stone, far too much wood. Well, there are a lot of rocks up in this meadow. I could take a few. Won't go higher. That's fine. We're gonna make that go lower. I do rather like the look of the rocky meadow, though. We'll still take some. I don't know if I'll need like a truly titanic amount to do what I'm thinking. I want to get the back wall to a certain height, I guess. But my bigger thought is I'd kind of like to take 2 spires of earth to either end there, raise them up higher. I realized that the back of Hunter's Hill kind of looks like a face, so I was thinking of maybe trying to make it look like a tusks and do it sort of like a boar head. I got a little overzealous with the wall height, I think, when I realized the boars had a chance to like run up over it. Much as I'd love to go grab one of them, I think we're just going to have to work off of the couple boars we have in there. Okay, and here we are. Okay, so that's as high as that'll go. That is as high as that'll go. So let's split the diff and figure out how to make this middle wall just a little lower. That's probably fine. And then we'll come over here and do the same. Once they are actually tamed, I will worry about going down in there. At some point, I may just come here and AFK for a hot minute so that they can actually, like, tame. Actually, can I even build with stone here? I betcha I can't. Okay. So I think that with the Draugr raids happening, I do need just a touch more defense here. I am not going to call this the best by any means. But my thinking is at least adding a gate of sorts. I've got plenty of wood for this, so... There we go. And we'll do sort of the same over here, I think. Doesn't probably need to be exactly the same, but we'll... we'll take that out a smidge and do some gates off the front of that. Okay. Like a glove. Oh, I do have a few pieces of resin. Excellent. Alright. So yeah, you can sort of see like the boar snout and tusks. I'm thinking maybe building a bit of a wooden structure over it to give the boars a bit of protection, but I think something I'll do is when I have a little bit more of a surplus of iron, that's when I'll actually come over and make that boar tower. Because I'm going to need to build it decently high, and I think that's probably the best way to just move them up as high as I need. To that point, we'll leave this stuff here. But we will try to move it inside the actual gates, now that we have them. Lovely. just to check the recording. Oh, we're at like 45 minutes. I mean, that was sort of an accomplishable thing I wanted to do. We have the lamp at Stonegate. At least the foundation's laid. I was going to take some wood and kind of build up. You know, make sort of a ring structure for it, at least along the back end, I think. But we'll do that real quick, and then we'll probably just call it there on that note. Still planning on some point doing some kind of stream, maybe to run through and fill out some of the map, or I don't know, maybe that'll be one of the things I just take care of if I want to play Valheim, but I don't really feel like recording. I can always flick the recording on and start recording if I find anything, like, egregiously interesting. And because I said I would, I also want to go look on the brothers Freakbert and make sure they did not get jumped by a bunch of Draugr. Take a stack of wood. Brothers Freakbert? How you doing? Okay, Freakbert 1 and Freakbert 2 still standing strong. Okay. The lamp stands to welcome all, but also, it's real heckin' close to these portals, and I think it would be best to have some kind of barrier between the fire and, you know, the super close portals. And of course, we're going to build that barrier out of wood, the least flammable material known to Vikings. Ooh, okay, hang on. Okay, I'm starting to see the vibe, I think. Just to like match the lattice work elsewhere, you know what I mean? And then because we have that down, what is the straightest angle off of that? Okay, so let's go back one. How badly does that cut into the hall space? It cuts into it pretty bad. So that's straight. What's that? 2? Do 1 and that's exactly where we were at. That's sad. 1, 2, and then 1. That's something. seems to be the case. If I want to, I guess, but I feel like that also... I feel like that really constricts the, constricts some of the flow there. Two. That's too great a change. I guess the question is, do we still need those pieces? This. The answer, I think, is yes. No. Yes? No. I can mess with that. Now, what if we come up here with these and go... may already be going in too much. Yes, it is. Is that going out at the same angle? Yes, it is. Okay, that explains it. Stone? Yes, we do. Let's get that bottom section to be the right size. So we want it fully supported. Praise lamp. I really like that. Okay, I wasn't sure how that was gonna hit, but I'm here for that. I do There's a part of me kind of interested in putting a little bit of lattice work around the front to give it more of like a closed lantern feel, but it's honestly, it's already pretty enclosed just by nature of being in here. So I think maybe having just more of the open design here is the play. That does make me want to keep the keep those staircases. You know what? Let's see. I'm just marking something for curiosity's sake. Because over to here is basically the point of, you know, you can walk and you have headroom, which probably means this is about the point that the portals could be backed up to. So if we were running out here, that probably wouldn't get in the way of the, okay. So we might still be able to have a second layer of portals up here, which means that I could keep the staircase. I might still try to pretty it up a little bit, or try to make it match the sort of the curvature of this more, but yeah, praise lamp. Stonegate's lamp is done. We have the boars relatively safe. I'm out of wood. And now it is time for the sleep. Thanks for joining me for another bit of building and manic boar wrangling. Peace and love, everybody. Be kind out there.